Welcome back to the podcast, the only podcast to feature a woman. I'm your host, Kian, and this is Jonathan, and welcome.
How's it going, man?
Oh, fan-fucking-tastic.
You know what? Before we get into the meat of this podcast, the real meat and
The
potatoes,
absolute sandwich.
I've got a complaint that I need to file. Um,
To HR?
yeah, to HR. So, I wanted to talk about the man from the Bible himself, Judas, one of our coworkers, right?
That
Now that's
absolute
not his
rat!
Yeah, no, that's not his actual name, but we're calling him Judas because just like the real life Judas, he sold us out for 30 pieces of silver. Actually, less. He did it for free.
He did it for
Kind
free.
of cringe. So we were working diligently today, as we do. Um,
I'm gonna, I'm
uh,
gonna, I'm gonna say one thing. All right, our job
yeah,
involves giant carts, and we need prepped carts to take out onto the floor. So we had none, and we were trying to get some. We were trying to make
yep,
them so that other
yep. We
people
were
could use
making
them
them. We were making them because we're good coworkers.
because we're nice people. Now continue with your story.
Yeah, so this guy Judas, he comes over. He's just finished one of his trolleys, and he's going to grab another one. Now, of course, we're about to grab some of our own, and he asks in his iconic, really beautiful voice. He says, "Hey, are you guys on trolleys this hour, or are you in the room?" And we said, we don't know. Nobody told us. We were just
Nobody
gonna
told
grab
us.
other trolleys. So what he does is he grabs the trolley that I had just finished bagging and walks away with it as
The
his. He
one
didn't
that
even
you were
ask.
planning on using.
Yes, the one that I was gonna use, and he walks away with it. He stickers it. He leaves, and then he goes over to the other room and he tells
Our boss.
our boss, Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
The Rock Johnson.
Yeah, our boss, Dwayne the Rock Johnson, that we're not doing anything,
Yeah, he said that we're
despite
just
the fact, despite the fact that we're doing something.
and his exact words were, when I asked them if they were going to work, they said they don't know, which is not
And
even true.
and it's just rich coming from that guy because he's always trying to leave early. He's always complaining about something.
Always
He's
standing
just
around,
basically
always begging for a break.
always begging for a fucking Kit Kat bar. Like it
Now,
just
now this is where I get to add to this story because you
please,
left.
please do.
You left, and it was a busy day, right? Like we were
Yeah,
all
it's
busy,
for those of you listening, everywhere in the United States, everybody's getting ready because it's Super Bowl weekend.
and everyone decided, you know what? I want stuff today. And so we had someone who is an absolute failure call out again because that's all he does.
Ooh, shade.
And so we were down a person all day. And so everyone went to their lunch late. I went so usually you go to your lunch at like 3 hours into the shift. I didn't go until 5, which is
Yep.
like which was near the end of my shift anyways, so it was weird. This kid Judas is complaining that he didn't get his lunch like 30 minutes after he was supposed to go.
Yep.
I
And
wanted
like
to strangle him.
this guy is so dependent on having his lunches and
And
breaks
breaks.
at the exact time that he wants them, or else the entire world is falling apart. Never mind that it's one of the busier days of the year.
No, no, no.
Screw that. I need my lunch now.
I
I
need
need it.
my lunch right now.
He's the J.G. Wentworth of lunches.
What?
Have you never seen those commercials?
No.
The call J.G. Wentworth 877 cash now.
Oh my gosh, dude. Now I feel
You have to look
uncultured.
it up. Look it up. Look up J.G. Wentworth commercial. It's like a jingle. It's been stuck in my head for years. Maybe they don't air anymore. But the whole thing is like I think it's you don't have your paycheck yet, but you need money, so you can call them. They'll give you the money, and then you can give it back to them once you get your paycheck. Something like that. He's the J.G. Wentworth of.
Okay.
Do you look it up?
Yeah, I know what this is.
Yeah. He's.
16 years ago.
Oh Jesus!
Whew, we're old.
We are ancient. We're like the rocks from SpongeBob. The pioneers used to ride these babies for
For
miles.
miles.
um, but yeah, that's really my complaint before we get into the fun and games of the podcast. I don't know, man. It never sits right with me when somebody's just complaining over shit that's not happening, and
Yeah.
I get like, don't accuse me of not doing work when I'm doing work. It's like the saddest
That's
thing
the
you can do.
best part is we were the ones doing work. He was standing there waiting
He
for his
was,
stuff to print.
yeah. Oh
Like,
yeah, he was sitting over there by the computer the whole time. That's right.
yeah. So, like, he's just
He's
and
just
the
a
best part is
sad.
no one at work likes him. No one
Yes,
likes him. That I it's he has done everything in his power to make it so everyone does not like him.
and he's tried really hard. And he's. I'm impressed by how hard he's worked.
There was
He's done
one
a really.
time our district manager came in and he was talking to our manager. And so they're talking and they're trying to fix some problem at the store. And Judas gets on the radio and he goes, "Hey, are you going to do any actual work?" And he goes, "No, I'm talking to the district manager about problems." And he turns to me and word for word he says, "Oh, I was hoping he would blow up at me in front of the district manager."
So he knows he's being
Yeah,
infuriating.
so he knows that he's annoying. Like,
Listen, we love coworkers. We love them.
we love
They're always
coworkers.
really helpful.
There's only
Except for a couple of them. Some of them are very unhelpful. You
yeah.
know? Um,
I'm gonna give some shout outs to my favorite coworkers, because you guys are the real ones.
Jambles.
Jambles, Old Cuss,
Yeah, old cuts. That's a nice one. We love
just
that guy.
Bill, just straight up Bill.
Oh
His name's Bill. He has
no, like the song
Oh,
from
I'm just a Bill.
yeah,
I'm just a Bill up
that's
on
his theme song.
Capitol Hill.
That's his theme song.
That's his theme song.
Oh, that's another. Oh my god, that's another petty thing from work. Is somebody tried to throw away his coat at work, and I dug it out of the trash because
Not
it
coat,
was
safety vest.
it's coat to me.
Oh, okay. Well, I feel like we need to specify because, like, if we just say coat, it just sounds like someone was trying to throw away his personal property, which would be, like, messed up.
Yeah, that would be messed up. But I just it's always petty shit, man. There's so
Yeah.
many other things you can focus on. You're like, oh, this coat is old.
Uh,
Safety vest, whatever.
man.
We have different words for things. So now
That's because
that
you're a filthy, disgusting man born from,
yeah,
Oregon?
uh, I was technically born in Washington, but
Oh, okay.
I
Because you're a filthy, disgusting man born from Washington.
God
Unlike
damn it,
cool and awesome based me who was born in Flintwood, Michigan.
he's really got me there.
Yep.
You've really got me there, man. Um, so now that we got the whinging part of the podcast
Now
out
that
of the
we got
way,
our personal grievances out in the air.
I
Judas, if you watch this podcast, fuck you. And if the
Judas-
guy who called out because he was sick, no, family emergency, that was his excuse this time. Also, fuck you because we know you didn't have a family emergency. I'm
Dude's got
telling
a
you,
lot of family emergencies.
he uses the same two excuses: I'm sick or I have a family emergency.
Yep. Or what if his family emergency got sick?
Yeah.
Anyway, so now that we've whinged enough,
Yeah. Now we can.
you know, I
talk
had
about
something
fun stuff.
interesting. I had something interesting happen this week, actually. I know it's a rare
Oh
occasion.
my gosh.
Yeah. So I moved rooms in my house. I moved to the affectionately dubbed cat piss room.
The cat piss room. I know you
Cat
couldn't
piss
hear
room.
it, but I clapped.
Thank you.
I'm clapping
So-
again.
Let me explain what cat piss room is for all you lovely listeners out there.
And people
So-
who haven't been to his house like me.
Yeah. Yeah. So when we moved into this house, the lovely people who had it before us, there's air quotes on that lovely, they had some sort of animal that pissed all over the carpet in the room that I wanted to move into. Um, and I was like, and so we decided that we would just rip out the carpet and put in tile floor, no big deal. So
Yeah.
I put my bed in there for the first night that we lived here, and I've got this lovely little condition called asthma, or as some people like to call it, a skill issue.
Skill
Uh,
issue.
yeah. So because of my skill issue, I was having really bad troubles breathing because of the cat piss all over, just seeped into the carpet. So I moved to the other room. Now the reason I didn't want to move into the other room is because it's way smaller than the one I have moved into now.
Oh yeah, no, it's
And
like a Have you ever seen Harry Potter?
yeah,
It's like that. It's
basically
like
that.
that's basically what his room was.
Yeah, exactly. So, meanwhile, we tore out all the carpet, fixed up the room. And this is like not even 2 weeks into moving into the house, but I'd already moved all my shit into the room, so I was like, I'll just stay here for a bit. And I
And then
finally
she
got
lived
sick of
there
it.
for 8 years.
I I finally got sick of it. Was like, you know what? I want to go to the room I actually wanted to live in, and so I just decided to do it one day after work, on a whim. It took me about 7 hours because the cat piss room got turned into a storage room. So there
Ooh.
was a lot of shit to move out of here. Um,
And so he finished, and he texts me, and I'm like, "Ah, send me some pictures, man." And he sends me these pictures of his new room, and it's nice. But here's the thing: Jonathan, my dear friend Jonathan here, has his iconic beanie just
it's true.
thrown onto the floor.
It's
And
because
so
whenever I'm wearing my headphones, I don't wear a beanie.
I sent him I took a screenshot and I sent him a picture and I said, "Sad floor beanie,
Yeah.
sad face."
Yep, and frankly, it made my night. It was everything. It was all worth it at that point. Like that was just it was the icing on the cream.
Sad floor beanie.
Now, unfortunately for you lovely listeners out there, we cannot put up screenshots of my room as there is pornography
There
displayed in
is actually a
all
lot of
corners
porn.
of my. Uh, this
This
is
isn't
not
a
a
joke. This is
this
just a
is
real
not a
thing.
this is not a gaslight.
This isn't a gaslight or a gatekeep
Like
well, it is a little bit of a girl boss
it's a
moment
girl boss.
because
Yeah,
naked animals.
it's a dragon, dude.
A dragon is an animal. You. Oh my
A dragon's not real, dude.
god. Shut up. That's not true. Bearded dragon.
That's a lizard.
Yeah,
Does
still
it
has
breathe
dragon in the
fire?
name.
Does
Womp
it breathe
womp.
fire? Does it breathe fire?
Womp womp.
No fire.
Womp womp.
No fire.
Womp
No
womp.
dragon.
You lose. You lost the argument because it says bearded dragon in the name. I
There's
win.
no. I mean, if we're doing this, you could also
I'm
Komodo
putting a
dragon.
pull up right now. Right there. Click the little eye. Click the little eye in the corner and vote now. Who's right, Jonathan or Kian?
Vote now on your phones.
It's me. I'm the correct one.
It's a lizard, dude.
You're a lizard. Dude,
It's true.
actually, okay, if I had to be like any animal, I would be a lizard.
Here's what's gonna
They're
happen
so
now. You know
cool.
what's gonna happen now that we've said this on the podcast?
Don't say it.
Now, old cuss is gonna be like, "What's your room look like?"
What's your room look like? And then I will show him the pictures and he's gonna be like, "Oh, it's all porn."
Exactly. I think there's one corner that doesn't have porn in it. Every other corner does.
What's funny is you didn't tell me when I first came over.
Oh, did I not?
No, so I was like
I
shocked. I was like, "Oh,
I do think I prefaced it with "This is the den of sin" is what I called my room.
yeah."
Now, obviously, that doesn't really tell you anything,
See,
but
my family comes into my room too often, so I can't have those kinds of things up.
fair enough. My family doesn't. Or
Nah.
if they do, they're polite enough to knock first.
Oh, my family knocks. They don't just bust into my room.
See, my mom was the kind of person that would just bust into your room.
She does bust into my room all the time, and then I
God
bust into
damn
her.
it. Ew.
I'm sorry.
Kian,
Your mom's hot. Like
Kian,
I.
Ian has a thing for any of his friends' moms. So if you become his
It
friend,
has to be my friend's mom. It can't be like just some random mom. It has to
yeah.
be my friend's moms.
So if you ever become his friend, like you
And
know
your
what you're,
mom's hot. Like I
and
wouldn't
your
date
mom,
my friend's ugly mom, but if your mom's hot, better watch out.
would you date Judas's mom?
Dude, Judas. Okay, we're gonna go back to the Judas topic real fast. There was one time I left work, and I think I've told you this story, but Judas and his mom, because Judas doesn't know how to drive yet. He's 29, by the way, or 25. He's too old
Yeah,
for
I
that.
think I think it's 25.
He was outside of the car filling gas, and his mom was sitting in the car, and she just looked like she wanted to die. 2 seconds in the car with the kid, and she looked like she wanted to die.
I mean, do you blame her?
No, 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 no.
This is the bullying Judas hour.
I feel like we're justified in this.
I no, he was an actual asshole today.
And if anyone who's listening to the podcast is like, "Whoa, these guys might be just mean on this one," no, you
No,
work with him for like a day, an hour, and you realize what we mean.
like I don't know if you guys, you lovely listeners, have ever watched the new show Has Been Hotel recently, but there's this one bit where um Charlie's trying to get Cannibal Town to come and help, and she's trying to convince all the people, and she gets warned about this one person named Susan, and Susan shows herself, uh,
Almost
and
immediately.
yeah, Alistair and what's her name? What's the other one?
Rose.
Alistair and Rose both make just like the most soulless expressions, and Charlie goes,
Susan.
Susan, and I go,
Susan.
Susan.
That's
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 what it's like
that's
working with
Judas.
Judas. Yeah.
Yeah. Like you would know immediately. You would know exactly who it was. Like we wouldn't even have to tell you who Judas was. You would know. You'd figure it out.
You'd be like, I know who that is.
Judas. Judas.
Judas.
um. Yeah. So what's going on in your week, man?
I made an Overwatch video,
Oh yeah, that's right.
which took
Which you
all day.
had a little bit of an issue.
I had a little bit of an issue, so I decided in this one I was gonna like put up visuals to to nail some of the jokes better.
It's
And
funny.
in one of the jokes, someone asked me, "What kind of socks are you wearing?" And for some reason, my immediate thought was, I don't know, khakis. And so I had put up the Jake from State Farm part where he goes, khakis. And for some reason, that corrupted the whole video.
Yeah.
And I could
So
not figure out how to get it to work. So I just deleted that GIF and the whole video uploaded.
so if you see that video, that's a deleted scene.
Deleted scene.
Your first deleted
You know the
scene.
lore.
Yeah, you know the backstory.
Uh, yeah. Someone,
Uh,
one of the people who were in the video, his name is Roguelite. Shout out to him on YouTube.
Shout outs.
He's in the video, and there's one part where he's like, "Man, we're still losing after I join," and I was like, "I don't know. It's probably because you swore once as a kid." And he says this whole list of swears, and he was like, "Dude, I love that part in the video where you got it to like all flash up as I'm saying it." And I found this effect that like fades them in, but
Yeah.
I had to like find a speed so they would all show up without just like not show up in time for the punchline or show up too fast for the punchline.
It took a little bit, in my
I think
understanding.
it took like 5 minutes on that one bit, but I was like, I need this. It's one of those moments where it's like it doesn't affect the video if it's in it or not, but I know in my mind I could do it and I just really wanted it.
Listen, this is our animation is difficult. The people who do it should be appreciated. But if you
Dude,
do editing for videos, we love you.
I would not consider myself a good editor, mainly because I'm like just starting out. But like seeing all the edits, like having to figure out how to do everything with the edits that I did, I was like, man, this took quite a while. So seeing how much more time and effort go into some of those videos, it's like nothing but respect for them.
So if you're an editor, hey, we love you.
We love you. We want to give you a kiss.
Yep, multiple actually on the neck. You know,
I made a
I
bunch of
you know.
kiss noises, and I
Oh,
guess Discord didn't
I
make
don't
that.
think I don't think a single one of those picked up.
Well, they picked up on my end.
Well, in your mind, listeners, just make kissing noises. Big wet,
And those are Jonathan's.
big wet sloppy kiss noises.
Mwah.
See, that one picked up.
That's because
I
I
didn't
made
hear.
noise.
I didn't hear any of the other ones.
It's like when I clap. Like it doesn't go through on Discord, but it does on my mic.
Is that is that what a long distance relationship feels like? They
I
try and kiss each other through the internet, but the fucking sound doesn't pick it up, and so there's just silence.
no, because they have cameras.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they turn on the little webcam. They put the little mic up, and they go, "Hi, sweetie, I miss you." And then the other one's like, "I cheated on you because we're 5,000 miles apart."
Aw, that's messed up.
It is messed up.
Would you
No,
be in a long distance relationship?
no,
Why not?
unless I like.
It's the love of your life, but it has to be a long distance relationship for 2 years.
Oh man.
But they're the love of your life.
But they're the love of my life. Then they would never cheat.
Yeah. So would you
Then
do it then?
yeah,
Okay. So you're just worried about cheating then.
because I mean, what like if they are out there cheating on me and they're just yeah, I'd do it.
Hell yeah. You cheat?
Did you know?
Whoa.
Did you know that Mormons when they go out
Okay.
on their mission, they
Yeah.
have to break up with their boyfriend or girlfriend?
Dude, that's such dog shit, man.
Yeah, you have to break up with them because they don't want you. They don't want that to be a factor on why you would leave your mission.
Oh, that's cringe, dude.
And
I'm not gonna get into
I
it.
don't
I'll probably piss
understand.
off somebody who's Mormon.
There's probably like an actual reason, and if there is, please let me know. But the mission, I don't know why you don't have to go on a mission to be considered a good Mormon. I just know that you can to help spread the word. But there might be like another like major reason, like oh, you need to go on a mission if you're
It builds character.
it builds character. Okay, Calvin's dad.
Dude, I
Have you,
don't know. I don't know how that guy put up with his kid.
dude? Calvin is a saint. I don't know what you're talking about, man.
What? I guess
I
compared to some of his classmates, he's insane.
think of Bad David.
Oh shit, yeah.
Yeah.
Or I think the book was called No David.
Oh yeah, it was called No David No or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh, dude!
that
I
kid
have
was a
not thought about
monster.
that book in a long time.
The Heffleys were monsters.
Yeah, see
Oh dude.
the Heffleys,
The
man.
Heffleys would be a
Yeah,
nightmare.
it's just called No David.
Yeah, No David.
David gets in trouble.
You know who would be
Oh my gosh, there's a
you
whole
know who
like
are
book series.
little angels in comparison? Uh fuck, I forget both their names. One of them's named Harold. The kids from Captain Underpants.
Oh, Harold and George.
George. I wanted to say Greg, but I
No,
was
you
like,
were
it's
still on
not
the
Greg.
Heffleys.
Yeah. Harold and George, dude. That's a friendship just beautiful.
It's
You know what I'm
beautiful.
saying? It is. Love those guys. They were my mom did not like me reading Captain Underpants, so of course I did.
Really?
Yeah.
I
It was like it's
my
crude.
mom let me
My mom
She
absolutely
she let me
positively
she let me read
did.
Captain Underpants.
She did not want me to read Captain Underpants at all, dude.
It's so good though.
Yes, I know. I'm aware.
Captain Underpants was my childhood. Calvin and Hobbes was my childhood. There was a
Calvin
book
and
called
Hobbes.
There's a book
I
called
did.
Bad Kitty. That one was really funny.
I did Peanuts as well.
Peanuts, dude. Peanuts is also really good.
Slapped. Peanuts slapped.
Uh,
Unless you were
Garfield.
act. Oh, dude, Garfield. Have you seen
Dude, I
Garfield?
hate
Have you seen?
Mondays.
Have you seen Garfield minus Garfield?
Oh, dude, those that one makes me sad because John is just all alone. I'm like, oh,
He is in torment. He is going insane. I
because
I
if you really think about it, he's just talking to his cat.
yeah. It shows how sad he really is.
Yeah, poor
I
John.
just love it because it
Turns
always looks
out,
like he's having. It always looks like he's having a mental breakdown.
turns out John actually might be a sociopath.
He did drink dog semen.
What? Okay,
Have you not?
I have a whole different thing. Now you have to tell me about that. What?
Have you not seen that comic?
No.
Okay, there's one. I don't remember the exact story, but he's at the vet and he's trying to hit on Liz, and
For the
he takes a sip out of this one cup, and she goes, "Congratulations, John. You're gonna have a full litter," or something like that, and it's supposed to be that it's dog semen,
oh,
and
nasty.
it's a real Garfield comic. Hold on,
Gross.
let me see if I can find it.
That's nasty. Um,
Let me see if I can find the uh the comic
do
strip
you
for
want to
you.
hear why John might actually legit be a sociopath?
Why?
So, turns out Odie, John's not his original owner.
Okay.
There was another character, and I can't remember what the character's name is at the time. But
Is it
he was Odie's original owner,
is
and
it
then
Doc Boy?
no, maybe I can't remember. Uh, and then there was this like flash game made by the people who make Garfield, and you
Okay.
can find the guy in John's basement chained up.
What the fuck?
In the original comic, I think he just John just said, "Oh, he left," but
Huh.
turns out he just kidnapped him, put him in a
Oh,
basement.
okay.
Yeah, so there you
I
go.
mean,
John's a
geez,
sociopath.
I
John
sent that
Arbuckle.
I sent that comic for you. Could you read it aloud for the class?
I don't want to, but I will. All right, actually no. Let's read it together. I can be I'll be John. You can be Liz.
Okay.
Have a cup of coffee, John. Why, thanks. Don't mind if I do.
Congratulations, Mr. Arbuckle. You're going to give birth to a fine, healthy litter of puppies.
And then Garfield says,
I hate puppies.
"No, he thinks he doesn't speak."
Well,
So
I we still
so
have to get the
so
message across.
so Garfield says,
That's true.
"That's
Yeah, no, so
real. That's so nasty."
there's just like a cup on the desk and he just walks up and just takes a swig.
Hey man, sometimes you just gotta take a swig of things.
Dude, I wouldn't want to just be like, "Oh, look, a thing to drink.
Yummy.
I'm just gonna YOLO this shit." Remember when people used to say YOLO?
Oh man, dude, that was a time to be alive because people used to do dumb things.
What do you mean? People still do dumb things.
Well,
Do you
yeah, but they
remember?
used
You
to
remember?
do like really dumb things and then say
I,
YOLO,
what do you mean?
like
What was the?
life-threatening things. Like
Okay, but don't you
people
remember
are
from
like,
I think it was not even 2 years ago, there was that TikTok trend of devious licks where people would just steal
oh,
shit.
the devious lick challenge. Yeah, they'd steal things from school, and it got
Dude,
so bad that like
yeah.
they had
Like
security
that's
guards in front of the bathroom and everything.
yeah,
There was one school where
people
they
have always
like
continued to do dumb shit.
there was one school where they had to ban going to the bathroom because someone stole a toilet.
Oh,
Now,
dude.
obviously, they can't actually ban kids from using the bathroom,
Boy, howdy, they tried.
but boy, howdy, did they try.
And let me tell you, some of those teachers probably really liked patting down the students. Just saying.
Ooh,
We all know.
we all know.
Uh,
Kanye 2024.
what was the stupid trend when you were in like elementary school? Do you
In
remember? Can you think?
elementary school,
Yeah.
probably the
Okay.
cinnamon
Okay.
challenge.
Well, because it's like there's always been stupid trends on the internet and in real life, you know.
Oh,
So
so
what was
what was
the
like a school one?
yeah? What was the
The
school-wide thing?
our challenge, if you can call it a, yeah, no, it was like a challenge. It's where, oh man, just thinking about it, grosses me out to this day still, because I thought it was so gross and I never did it. But
Yeah.
essentially, the challenge was you would put all of your food and your milk specifically, into one corner of the tray, and you would eat it all.
Ew,
Dude, yeah, dude, I'm just thinking about it, and I can like feel my gag reflex. It was so nasty.
dude.
There was
At my
one kid
school.
who took it, like he made the little, like, I guess concoction, if that's what you want to call it, and he grabbed it and he chucked it.
Oh God.
I used to eat at
Oh,
the peanut
the
allergy
big
table.
big kids table.
No, I used to eat at the peanut allergy table, but I never had peanut allergies.
Why'd you eat there?
I don't know. I
Because
was a
those
weird
kids were
kid.
those kids were cool.
I was a weird kid. I only did it for 1 year when I was in kindergarten, but
Mm,
I that's just where I ate. And then I met some friends in the first grade who were like my actual friends. So then I
okay.
started eating with them. But for some reason in kindergarten, for the entire year, I ate at the peanut allergy kid table. I didn't talk to any of them, but I ate with them.
You were like, you fucking freaks.
Imagine being allergic to peanuts.
I was allergic to peanuts.
I know.
And you know what?
Cringe.
I did not eat at the peanut allergy table
Skill issue.
because I was not a coward.
Plus,
I
not a
wasn't
lot of
af-
people eat peanut butter.
I wasn't afraid of peanuts unless they're packing peanuts. In which
Huh.
case, yeah, exactly. Packing peanuts? Fuck that shit.
Fuck that shit. Um.
Um,
So there was another thing that happened to me this week.
okay. What's
I
what's up?
watched
What?
this movie called
Okay.
Blazing Saddle,
Yeah.
and it is the most racist movie I think I've ever seen.
Mm.
Like,
I
all of
mean,
these white people were saying the N word. And so the plot of the movie is there's this guy, and he is African American, and
I don't know why
he
you said it like that, but yeah.
because we're both white. We gotta be
Mm.
careful here. This is where we can get canceled if
Oh,
we
that
say
was
the
a
wrong
spoil.
thing.
Well, we wouldn't have been able to get canceled if you hadn't said that.
Oh, damn it. Okay, Jonathan's actually Mexican, and I am a race that can't get canceled. We were, so he is, so everyone in this town is essentially racist. And there's this guy who wants said town. And so he's like, okay, what I'll do is I'll send this this African American to go be the sheriff of this town, and they'll just give up the town for me. And obviously it doesn't work. But I I was watching this movie, I'm like, man, this movie feels really familiar. Even the scene where he's coming into town and the guy's trying to say that he's an N word.
Ooh.
Yeah, dude, it was so bad. Like they said it so many times, and I was like, I'm so shocked. Even for the '70s, I was shocked. Um, but it was so funny. But they're like ringing a bell every time he's trying to say it, and he's like, oh, he's saying that he's near,
Jesus.
and so he gets into town, and they're all like afraid of him essentially.
Why would they be afraid of?
Why? What do you think? And
I
so
don't know, man.
and
Maybe
so
he
I
has a
was like,
comically large spoon.
comically large spoon. Yeah,
I love that.
think of the first black vine.
No.
Now I'm canceled. That was it.
I
Thank you, Ed. Good
was
night.
just I was just thinking of something threatening for somebody to
I
have.
was trying to I was trying to say something different, and that was the words that came out of my mouth. I was trying to say think of the first black guy on Vine, but I just said think of the first black Vine. Oh my
uh,
gosh. I'm
what if
not
I told
not
you?
racist, I promise.
All right, dude, it's
But
crazy how much time changes, like
true.
how what we can and can't say, and
I know. We used to be able to say fun things like queer,
I
but
mean,
now I
you
have to
just said
say
it.
clear.
You say it all the time to me.
Yeah, but I'm bisexual and you're trans, so I can get away with it.
You have the pass.
I have the pass.
You
I
have the
think.
battle pass.
Okay, if the Amazing World of Gumball actor for Gumball can get a pass.
That's true.
Um but back to what I was saying. So I was watching this movie, right? And I was like, "Man, a lot of this feels really familiar." And then it hit me. One of my friends, he really wanted to see this movie, and I don't know why, but there's a movie called The Legend of Hank Paws of Fury. And
Yeah.
there were so many similarities, like similar scenes. And so I looked it up, and it says that it's loosely based on that movie. And I was like, "Oh
Why?
my gosh."
Which? Why would that movie just live in your head until
So
you had a chance to make a movie?
my question is, who looks at that and goes, "Oh yeah, we could turn that into a kids movie"?
I don't know, man.
I will say though, that movie is pretty funny for a kids movie. There's this bit because like it's supposed to be olden times. There's one bit
Yeah.
where they go use the telephone line, and it's just a bunch of cats standing in a line, and they whisper what the thing is until it gets to the person, and later in the movie they're like, we need to cut the telephone line. So they go up and they punch one of the cats out of the line. And they all just stand there. Dude, it was so funny. Oh my
Hold on,
gosh.
I'm gonna look that up for later. We need to cut the telephone
We need
line.
to cut the telephone line.
What's the movie called?
Legend of Hank Paws of Fury.
Okay.
Like, for being a kid's movie, it was actually really funny.
Oh, okay.
Oh my gosh, dude. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I did see commercials for that movie.
Yeah. Dude, it was really good.
I will take your word for it.
Um,
I mean, if you want to watch it again, I'd be down to watch it with you.
I would so watch it again. It was funny.
Shit. I'd watch it with you.
So, speaking of movies, I've
Yeah?
complained about this to you before, but I want to complain about it on the podcast. Back to whinging again.
We're
So
whinging.
Warner Brothers made a movie, and it's called Wile E. Coyote versus Acme. And they did so many test screenings, and there were so many people that watched it, and they're like, "This is really good. Like, this is a really good movie. Like, it made people cry. That's how
Okay.
good of a movie it was." And they had all these actors, and Warner Brothers shelved it for tax purposes, right? And they said, "Okay,
Rich.
no. Yeah, it was cringe. They released Aquaman 2 and the Flash movie. You know, movies that were destined to flop. But and I'm like, "Okay, whatever. Fine. Don't release a good movie." But then they said that if a major studio was willing to pay for it, they would sell that movie to them. And so Netflix, Paramount Plus, and I think one other made an offer to Warner Brothers, and
Those are
they accepted none.
those are pretty big companies too.
They didn't even negotiate. They just told them no. And so now they're deleting the movie. So
Well,
we're never gonna see that movie in the light of day, and I'm so pissed because Wile E. Coyote is my favorite Looney Tunes character. They were giving him a movie, and then they just
Are you saying that Wile E. Coyote deserves a W?
Yes, dude. That Wile E. Coyote is the funniest Looney Tunes character. I'm sorry. Like, you cannot convince me otherwise. Bugs Bunny, hilarious. Daffy Duck, great. Uh, Tweety Bird, perfectly fine. But Wile E. Coyote is just the funniest.
So what makes him the funniest for you?
Just the fact that he just like, especially when he's like off the cliff and he just writes the sign as he
Yeah.
falls. I think
Is
it's the
that
fact that he doesn't talk and only uses signs to communicate is just so funny to me.
is that what you aspire to be?
Like, he
Is
gets blown up and he's like badly hurt and he just holds up a sign that just says ouch. Like, he can't even like say anything. He just ouch.
he's kind of based. He's kind of
Dude,
based for
he's
that.
so
He's
funny.
he's he's so real for
He's
that.
so real for that.
Wiley, you're so real for that, man.
He's so real
Yeah,
for that.
he deserves a W because he gets hurt a lot.
I will say, so I watched the new Space Jam movie with LeBron
Okay,
James, and man, is it as bad as you think it is. But there is only one scene that actually made me laugh.
they put Rick and Morty in it.
They did put Rick and Morty. That was Warner Brothers just taking its dick out and putting it on the table and go, look at everything I own.
Yeah, that is yep.
We own all these copyrights. I will
Yeah.
say the Rick and Morty bit was actually kind of funny, where they just give him Tasmanian Devil, and they're like, "We tried to study this." But like, one of the only funny scenes is with Wile E. Coyote, and he builds a cloning machine to get all these baskets, and he just shoots. The machine goes berserk, and it just shoots a bunch of Wile E. Coyotes into the hoop. Dude, I'm telling you, he's the best character, and I'm so mad that they're not gonna make the Wiley
They did him
movie.
that way. You're
That
mad that
they,
they did that too?
yeah, dude. Okay, so they knew Aquaman 2 was gonna flop because of Amber Heard. They
Yep.
knew the Flash movie was gonna flop because of Ezra Miller, but they still released them.
Yep. And then they were like, "Oh, we have gold here.
Ah,
Let's
people are
not."
still gonna want to watch because Michael Keaton's back. He's Batman again. You guys see Michael Keaton, your favorite Batman. He's back in
I
this movie.
like you like Michael Keaton, right?
Enough to watch a movie with a pedophile. Come on, guys, watch it,
Please, oh please,
please,
I'm begging you.
dude.
I'm just,
Do you know
I'm
everything that happened with Ezra Miller?
no, I know nothing.
Oh my gosh, dude, that's a whole treasure trove. So
So we're gonna have to get into. Are we gonna get into it on the podcast?
sure, I think we can say most of this stuff without getting in trouble.
Uh-oh.
So Ezra Miller is now a they them, I
Okay.
believe.
Okay.
But and they may have changed their name, but we're just gonna stick with Ezra Miller.
Okay.
But so what Ezra Miller did was they went to Hawaii,
All right.
kidnapped a 14-year-old girl, kept them in the basement,
All right.
and I don't know if anything like adult time happened between them.
All right.
Hopefully not, but you never know. And then he had a gun and he was in a couple's house and he was like waving the gun around.
Jesus.
Yeah. And this is back when Ezra Miller was just a dude, was just a boy.
Okay. All right.
And then after he got caught, he then became a them. They them.
Okay. Yeah. I'm
And it
following.
was so weird. Like,
Jesus.
did Ezra Miller think that they would get away with it by becoming a they them? I don't know.
I don't know, and I
That'd be
don't know if
really
I want
funny.
to know. Yeah, they become a native, and then they're like, "Oh,
Oh,
you're fine.
you're free to go. Damn it.
Our bad. Whoopsies."
Shit. We're gonna get canceled
Yeah.
for throwing you in jail.
I,
The
dude,
legal
I
system needs a dub. We
it's
can't.
days. It's when I hear stories like this, that I thank my lucky stars that I'm not like famous. I feel like famous people just go crazy
See, you
at
can
some
be
point.
famous and not be clinically insane.
I know, but it just feels like a lot of
Think about the
famous people.
cool ones. Ewan McGregor,
Yep,
he's based.
base.
Hayden Christensen,
Right, Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds, Henry Cavill,
Mm-hmm. All based.
all based.
Is Robert Downey Jr. still based?
So
I, did he get canceled yet?
supposedly, and I don't know if this is true, and I haven't done research. So
I,
literally, everyone listen to me when I say I have no knowledge on this. This was just secondhand information. I was
everything we say
told
on
that
this
he went to
podcast is
Epstein's
alleged.
Island.
Oh,
Supposedly, I hope it's not true because I like Robert Downey Jr.
was it for snorkeling?
I hope it's for snorkeling.
Everything we say on this podcast is alleged.
Is alleged, unless
There you
we
go.
have deniable
Now,
proof.
now you're covered. That's all you have to
Yeah, now
do.
we can never get canceled.
I don't know if we can never get canceled, but we can
Time to say my
definitely.
favorite slur.
No, don't do it.
Oh
The
my
world
gosh.
can't. The world can't handle that.
The world can't handle that, dude. Like when I tell you that movie Blazing Saddles was racist, like I oh my gosh, dude.
I almost want to watch it. It's one of those like I'm sickened but curious.
You know the Chinese slur that starts with a C?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they say that C word.
Oh Jesus.
He passes out because of the heat, and then he goes, "Dock that C word.
Oh, okay.
It's pay." He's sleeping on the job, and I was like, "Oh
Jesus.
my gosh, that
Jesus,
is
man.
so messed up."
I,
You're wrong for that, man.
and like what? So this came out in the 70s, you said?
1974.
And people in the 70s, for the most part, some people might have raised an eyebrow, but most people would be like, "Eh, whatever."
You know,
You know what?
did you know Gene Wilder? You know who that is?
Yes, I do know who Gene Wilder is.
He's in that movie.
Okay. Jeez.
He plays this character called the Wacko Kid, and
The one slur.
he has the fastest hands in the West in the world.
The fastest hands in the West in the world, or the fastest hands?
No. So the main character, he goes, he had the fastest hands in the West, and then Gene Wilder's character goes, in the world.
Oh, okay. I understand.
Thank you. I'm glad you understand.
I wonder if there's any movies coming out these days that people will look back on in like 30 or 40 years and be like, "Wow, that was really
Whoa.
unacceptable." You know what
They
I
should
mean?
not have been able to say that.
Yeah. Do
It'll probably be something lame like the FNAF movie. They're gonna be like, whoa, a killer animatronics. You can't be saying that nowadays.
Whoa. Yeah, I don't know. Jeez, stuff changes too much. Like I both love and hate change. I don't know about you.
True.
Like I always enjoy it when shit's different, but also sometimes I'm just like, if everything could just stay the same for a little bit, that would be really cool. I would love that. Please and thank you. You know? I don't know.
Yeah. Would you? Okay.
Maybe I'm just an entitled millennial.
You are an entitled millennial. Womp
I'm
womp.
not even a millennial, dude.
You are. You're Gen X. Um.
I you just went up another one.
Yep. You're Gen Y. What can I say?
My parents are Gen X, dude.
You're a baby boomer. It's okay.
God damn it.
It's hey, calm down, boomer.
Jesus, I'm getting cucked by time right now, dude.
Cucked by time, dude. That's a hard bar. Uh, okay. Here's a little scenario for you.
Okay.
You're super poor, right? Like you're
Okay.
so poor that your entire family shares one bed, and your aunt gives you a little shilling for helping out, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna go get a chocolate bar, and you go
Okay.
and you buy a chocolate bar. And there's a golden ticket on it, and it says, "Come to my factory, the Wonka factory."
Huh?
Who are you gonna take? Are you gonna take your dad, your mom,
No.
your sibling, or your grandpa who says he can't walk?
I'd probably take you.
The twist is the grandpa can walk, and he lied the whole time.
Did
I
that
would
fuck you up?
so go. I would so go to the Wonka factory with you, man. That'd be
Did,
so
did
funny.
dude, hell yeah. Did
Did
that fuck you?
have you seen the Wonka the Willy Wonka movies?
I have seen the Willy Wonka
So
movies. I
there's
was gonna
Willy
say,
Wonka in the Chocolate Factory or Charlie in the Chocolate Factory. It might be in Charlie in the Chocolate Factory, but there's the grandpa. I think his name is Lou, and he's like, "Oh yes, I'm so sick and old. I can't work. I have to lay in bed all day." And so Charlie gets a ticket, and he goes, "I get to take one person." And Grandpa Lou's like, "I'll go. I can walk all of a sudden."
Jesus.
And instead of everyone being like, "So you've been lying to us the whole time," they're like, "It's a miracle. He can walk again."
He can work because there's money involved.
Poor people.
Oh,
They just don't understand.
goddamn.
You want to know what's crazy though? I'm taking an educations class, and all
Okay.
those private schools that people are paying money for. Well, it turns out
Yes.
in America, it doesn't matter if you're from public or private school. You will still turn out basically the same. One just
Uh,
costs money. And
what?
I can tell you this because they do a test called the PISA test, which is a bit different from your normal academic test because it tests real world skills.
Okay.
So one of the questions was like, this is a flyer from your HR rep. What are some of the things that they could do better to get more engagement from the workers?
All right.
And that was like one of the questions. I was like, dang, that's actually like a good, useful skill. So,
And nobody in our generation knows it.
oh no, America did really bad on it. Like,
We're kind of great.
the only thing we excelled at was reading.
Really?
Yeah, we did
I
not do
I
good in math and science.
feel like we should probably have done worse in reading.
Guess what? Guess what country got first overall?
China?
No. See, that just
Japan?
shows that you're racist.
Korea? That's not
No,
racism.
you're just guessing all the Asian countries.
All right, who did better?
Finland.
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 Isn't that
Everyone
the
was.
isn't that the happiest country on earth
I
per
think
per
so.
capita? I thought it's either Finland or Sweden has the happiest people per
I think it's
capita.
Sweden because they also allow prostitution.
Uh, self-report.
What? Because I know that fact?
That's
That's just a funny.
because you correlated that to the reason that they're happier.
I just think that's funny. Okay, well, you know
It
what?
is funny.
Whatever. That's why I know that is because it's funny. But what was I
It
saying?
is
Oh
funny.
yeah. So everyone was shocked that it was Finland. Even Finland was shocked that Finland was first. And Germany did worse than America, and they were like, "We did worse than the Americans?"
Oh no.
And so they did everything in their power to pass us, and I guess it worked. But man, America just does not know how to fix its education system.
Nope.
And
Well, okay. Do you have any solutions? Because I sure
no,
don't.
I guess teach real world skills and not skills
That yeah.
to make them
What's what's
factory workers.
what's the word? Street smarts.
Street smarts.
Street smarts instead of
You didn't hear my snaps, but they were really odd.
You know what? I heard a faint snap, so
Oh my gosh.
it came through just a little bit.
Just a little. Street smarts.
Street smarts. I got street smarts, not book smarts, and then you like
And then you
uh
ham bone.
can't read.
Ham boning.
Hand boating will save your life one day.
Ham boning will save your life one day. Someone will be like, "You trying to mug me?" And you're all, dude,
Yeah,
that was
a couple of your little slaps came through.
You want to know what's funny? Is there's a movie that justifies Rigby's idea that
Okay.
boating would save your life, and you're never gonna guess what movie it is
I probably wouldn't.
because it
What
came
is it?
out before regular show. The
All right.
SpongeBob movie,
Okay.
the first one. Think about it, because
Okay.
they go down in the trench with the little mustaches, and then
Yep.
and then the monster picks them up, and they're about to eat them, and then they start ham boating.
That's true.
And then they're like, oh my gosh, these guys are cool.
That's true. All
Ham
right, yeah.
boning saved their life, so Rigby was correct.
Ham boating will save your life one
It'll
day.
save your life one day. You'll be like, you're trying to mug me. Dude, I love that show. That is probably my favorite show. Regular show.
People in the audience, if you haven't seen regular show, what are you
Watch
even
it.
doing?
Don't be cringe, man.
Don't be cringe.
I've watched that show so many times that my dad, who has never sat down and watched it, knows every episode.
Oh, that's awesome, dude.
It's like, I like other shows. I really do. But I think regular show is the easiest one to just watch the whole series through again and again because they have so many funny gags that are still funny to this day.
It's the regularist show.
Yeah. Like Adventure Time, it's okay, but that's like I think I've watched it through maybe 3 times. Maybe
Yeah,
twice. And
I keep on.
I don't hate Adventure Time. It's a good show, but like
Oh
regular
yeah,
show,
they got their noodle arms.
they're noodle arms.
They're noodlers. You ever noodled?
Yeah, I can noodle noodles, bro.
You
Yeah,
oh, dude, you can noodle noodles? Oh,
I
dude,
can noodle noodles.
that's kind of weird.
Shut up.
Shut
That's
up,
not weird. That's normal. You're the weird one.
Not me. I didn't do nothing. I didn't do nothing. Shut up. Shut up. You're a bully, man. Well, you got any other stories from this week?
You know what? No. I kind of
Oh,
had an uneventful week.
I you know.
My parents are out of town. They're on a
Oh,
cruise currently. But that's not interesting for me because they're the ones going on this grand adventure.
oh, you know what? I do have one. I do have another story from this week.
Yes, let's go.
It's not that interesting.
It's going to be the most interesting thing I've ever heard.
Trust me, it's not. My one of my cousins, one of my younger cousins, is getting
Came out.
married.
Oh.
No, getting married. So I've been invited to the wedding in May, and there's a little part of me, and for those of you in the audience who may or may not know, we joke about it here a little bit on the
A
podcast.
little bit on the pity
Uh,
pod.
what?
A little bit on the pity pod, bro. The pity pod.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, we joke about it a little bit here on the podcast, but I am actually transitioning male to female, and
He's a woman.
my my extended family, so my immediate family, like my mom and dad, sister, my dear friends, they all know. Most of them know,
Most of
but
them.
yeah, most of them. One of them listens to this podcast sometimes. Maybe they'll figure it out. Maybe they'll get the hint. Probably not.
Probably not.
But that's a story for another time. But as far as I know, my extended family doesn't know. I kind of I kind of want to put in I want to put in the effort to start socially passing so that I can just show up to the wedding as like a woman
A woman.
and have people be like, "Excuse me, what the fuck?"
I have a question.
Yeah, what's up?
Is the wedding taking place here in Flintwood, Michigan?
No, it is taking place in Oregon.
Dang. I was gonna say I should come, and then you could also be like, and that's my boyfriend.
Dude, I would totally,
That would be
I
so
would,
funny.
but
I'm a trans woman. Also, that's my boyfriend.
dude, that would be freaking epic. But I, so, there's a part of me that really wants to like, because I'm taking it slowly but surely. As you could tell by my voice, not very passing. If you saw my face, not very passing. Uh, I'm going rather slow.
But that
Day by day.
ass. Woo!
Don't talk about that on the podcast.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Is that a sexism?
No.
Oh, okay, good. Whew.
No, if anything, you're flattering me. Um, but it makes me want to put in a little bit extra work and just make sure that I get everything all ready and then just show up passing as like female to the wedding. I think that would be fucking hilarious. Well,
But you have to act nonchalant about it. So people are
yeah.
like, "Are you a
Well,
woman?" And you just go, "Oh yeah."
Yeah, no, that's the idea. You don't want to make a big stink about it. You just sort of be like, you should be like, oh hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, what's up? I'm also a
As a
woman.
matter of fact, knowing my family and like the way that some of them are,
They'll put you down on sight
no,
like the animal you are.
I was gonna say,
Oh.
yeah, I took that COVID vaccine a couple years ago.
You told me the story. Oh
Because I
man.
haven't, because I haven't seen them in a couple years, so I'd be like, yeah, I took that COVID vaccine a couple years ago, and I've been feeling different ever since.
And
I just pretend to like not notice it.
what did your uncle say when you told him that you got that COVID vaccine?
Oh, is that what you want to be? Okay,
Yeah,
so
that's what I
this
thought you were
is.
about to say.
I'm sorry, but this is the opposite side of the family. But
Ah,
so I have an uncle that's a very big conspiracy theorist.
he thinks
Um,
Bigfoot's real
yeah, no,
because he
he thinks
is.
he thinks that the government's controlling the weather with a thing in Alaska, though.
Oh,
He
that's
does
been
believe
proven to be real. You didn't hear
it
about
has
this?
it. No,
Oh yeah, no, they came out. They were like, yeah, we control the weather.
I can't tell if I'm getting gaslit or not. So
We're the reason global warming's happening
yeah.
because we want it to happen.
So anyways, I told him that I got vaccinated. He immediately told me that I had nanobots in my blood and that the government was tracking me, which if the government wanted to track me, they could just spy on me through my phone.
Here's the thing, people. Okay, here's the thing. People are like, "Oh yeah, the government spies on me through my phone." I don't think they are. Do you know how many people there? That means
Or
they're tracking.
yeah.
That's
Well,
so
I
many. And
here's
little Timmy isn't gonna have government secrets on his
I was gonna
phone.
say I was gonna say I think they have the resources to track everybody at once. However, they don't need any of that data.
Like I,
So I wouldn't worry about it unless you're doing something illegal.
yeah,
Then I might worry about it, but
exactly. That's why whenever anyone's like, "Oh, I'm scared the government's tracking me," I'm like, "What illegal activity are you doing?"
yeah, it's like okay, what are you doing that's that you don't want the government knowing about?
You can say like really horrible things. Like I think in my phone I've said something like, "I'm gonna kill the president," and
Yeah,
like
and
it,
nothing happens
nothing happens.
because
The government's not showing up to my house to put me down
yeah.
because freaking they're not listening.
Now they've thought about it a couple
They
times.
they actually have been listening. They're like, we may have to kill this guy.
But it's like
Ah,
yeah, they could totally spy on anybody if they wanted to, but the thing is that you're being a kind of a narcissist if you're like, yeah, me. They want to spy on
yeah, the
me.
government is after me.
Like either that or you're doing something illegal,
Yeah, that's
whichever
why
one it is.
that's why I'm never worried because I don't really break the law. I'm
Yeah,
kind of
same.
I like jaywalk
I'm a
sometimes.
I'm a boring law-abiding citizen
That's the only
and
crime I've ever committed. Jaywalking. Oh,
jaywalking, yeah,
and the crime of love.
the biggest non-crime ever, jaywalking.
Whoa, I could get hard time for it, man.
20 days, bro.
20 days and 20 nights.
Do
I think
you know
that's a
what the
movie.
you know what they'll do to me if they find out I've been jaywalking?
They'll shoot me on sight.
They'll kill me, dude. They'll put me
They'll
down.
put me down.
That shit's fucked up.
Shit's
But
fucked up, man.
but yeah. So point being, I think it would be funny to show up to the wedding as like presenting as a woman. I think it
Right.
would be I think it would be fucking hilarious. And then just
Agreed.
because it's like a wedding, so nobody would be able to say anything.
Well, they could say stuff, just it
It
would
would
have
be
to be
rude.
silent. Like it would have to be like
It would have to be like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
after they do the I do.
Dude, I just
Just don't
there's a
wear
part of
white.
me.
Don't be
I
that guy, girl.
Yeah, but the thing is that I've discovered. Well, I've always kind of known it, but one thing about me is that I am motivated by either one of two things: either spite or mischief. I will put in way more work than I need to for something that is either spiteful or mischievous.
I know. That's why you killed my entire family
And it was
out of spite.
funny, dude. I'm just goofing.
I yeah. Um, I'm just goofing too.
It was just a goof.
That's why. That's why I'm checking you into a mental hospital as a goof, man. It's a prank.
Dude, come on. You don't have a sense of humor about this stuff?
You don't have a sense of humor. Come on. Imagine you're in court and like this guy just brutally murdered your family in front of you, and he just goes, "Come on, what? You don't got a sense of humor? Ah,
And then I would have to be like, all
forget
right,
about it.
he's got me there.
He's got me there. I don't want to sound like a pussy.
Your Honor, he's got me there.
Not guilty.
Holy shit, dude.
You're free to go.
Yeah, Your Honor. Yeah, he's pretty real for that.
Kinda based, so I guess we're gonna have to let him go.
He's a real one for that. Yeah, he's off the hook.
He's off the hook. Can if they actually admit to the crime,
Okay.
can you drop the case?
I have no idea.
I think it must depend on the actual crime.
Yeah,
Cause
I
I
guess.
bet if you're like, oh yeah, I stole from this business.
Like maybe there's some crimes that like they'll just drop it anyway.
Yeah.
But
Cause like
like some,
cause
there's
like
some that you
I
probably
don't think you
can't.
could be like, oh yeah, I murdered this guy's family, and then be like, I did it, and then the guy go, oh, drop all the charges. I don't think that's how that works.
That's probably true.
I think it has to be something that involves a business overall and not a single person.
Mm.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I got you. I got you.
I understand.
I'm following, dude. Don't even worry about it, bro.
Don't even sweat, man.
Yeah, then after that wedding, we're gonna go to the Oregon coast for a little bit, which I don't know about you, but
Dude,
I love
I
the
love the
Oregon coast.
coast. Okay, I'll say this.
Okay.
I absolutely hate the
Driving.
entirety of Oregon.
Really?
No, I'm just kidding. I love Oregon. I
Oh,
do hate driving, but there's a place in Portland and it's called Voodoo Donuts. And oh my gosh, man, those are delicious.
um, so I have a Voodoo Donuts story.
So you've been there?
No, I have not been there.
Oh,
Do you want to hear my Voodoo Donuts
yes.
story? All right, here's my Voodoo Donut story. So a couple years ago, for those of you who are not in the know, on the opposite side of the country from Flintwood, Michigan, lies a lovely little place called Portland, Oregon, and in there lies a place called Voodoo Donuts. I had heard of the place, and we were over there, and I was like, oh, I was there with my dad, and I was like, oh, we should go to Voodoo Donuts. Um, and so, for those of you who don't know, Portland has been experiencing a very big homeless problem as of late, and I think crime issues as well. So we went to downtown Portland, where Voodoo Donuts is located, and we were looking for a spot to park. And just about every single place that we found to park looked like we are. If we left our car, it would get robbed. And so we didn't go to Voodoo Donuts.
Oh, that's so sad, dude. It's so
No,
good.
dude, it was. I think that's the most sketched out I've ever been from somewhere. Like
But it's so good.
it was,
It
and
was bad.
we probably could have gotten away with it because it was a rental car.
You want to know what though?
What?
I have a voodoo donut story that also involves the homeless.
All right, lay it on me.
So I don't remember why we were in Portland, but we were in Portland for something, and we were like, let's get voodoo donuts because we had been there before,
Yeah.
and we were like, we get some, and the guy behind the counter looks exactly like Captain Jack Sparrow, right?
Okay.
And he
All
fills our
right.
box with donuts, and he goes, you know what? This box seems a little empty. So he just fills the box up with way more donuts. And then he's like,
Hell yeah.
he goes, you know what? You probably need a second box. So he filled up a second box with donuts, and we're like, what? And he
That's
charged
fucking
us for the
crazy.
one. And I was like, dude, that guy was base. And so
That is.
we were walking to the car, and my dad, he stepped in a pile of poo. But it wasn't dog poo.
Yep.
One animal poo. It was human poop. It was so gross.
Oh, dude.
It was so nasty, bro. We had
They
that good
gotta,
luck, and then my dad got that bad luck.
dude. They need to figure out what they
Shoot
what
all the
they got to
homeless
do
people.
about the homeless. No, that's a
Take a
what's the
tank
word?
and just blow them
That's
up.
a direct solution that technically would work, but it is not humane in the slightest.
No homeless people, no
So I would
problem.
I would I would have to disagree with you.
Oh, you want to do it humanely?
Yes. Yeah,
Didn't they try and
just like
pass a bill that they would give people money if they let a homeless person stay at their house?
I have no idea.
I
That
could
sounds
have
like something.
sworn they passed a bill that said you can get money if you let a homeless person like stay in your house.
So what I'm hearing is that if we move to Oregon,
We get a mansion.
one of us can pretend that we're homeless and let the other one stay, and then we get paid.
Oh, there's probably so many people who are doing that. There has to be. That are just cheating the system like that.
Yep. Too many people cheat the system.
And we're gonna be those people. Wah, 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 wah.
See, I mean, that's kind of the argument, though, is that you hear people complaining about people cheating the system all the time. And it's like, okay, well then just do it yourself.
Yeah,
If nobody's gonna do anything about it, just do it yourself.
yeah, cheat the system. Why not?
Yeah, because I mean, if nothing's gonna get done about it,
Might as well
and
take
you're upset,
advantage.
yeah, instead of being like, this is so unfair, well, let it be unfair for you. That's why
Exactly.
we on the podcast do not condone any sort of taking advantage of the system.
Take advantage of the system. Apply for all what's it called? Not works comp. What's it called when the government just pays you money because you don't have a job?
uh, it's not benefits. Shit, food stamps,
Yeah, get
or is
food
that
stamps, but they also pay you. I just can't remember what it's called.
welfare?
Yeah, welfare. Okay, get food stamps, get welfare, do the homeless thing. Cheat the system. Have the government pay for your entire life. All right?
Yeah,
That's what we're telling you to do. Us at the podcast approve all of this, and
you may
mainly
get in trouble for
Jonathan.
that.
Jonathan
No,
is the one saying this. He
I
wants
am
you
not.
to all go out there, cheat the system, cheat out the government of their money, commit tax evasion, burn down a house, and
I didn't
we
say
want you to have a good night. Thank you for watching the podcast. Goodbye.
that.